So I don't think I need anything from the storage box. So we'll just push on. Really hoping the game hasn't spawned a bunch of enemies in our path. One thing I really like about this game, well, I really like, but one thing that makes me laugh is this actually happens in Resident Evil as well. Because it's a game with 3D models and pre-rendered backgrounds, the perspective, the scale doesn't always match. Like I think we got the right scale here. I don't know how tall Keith is supposed to be, but he looks about right here and here, I think, broadly. But then when you come round like to here, he looks a little too small, I think, anyway. And then here as well, he looks a bit too small, I think. Oh, but he looks a bit too big here. Maybe it's just me then. Yeah, there are some shots where he looks a bit too small. See, he looks fine here. Kind of hoping nothing's respawned up here. Because there were werewolves here, weren't there? Werewolves? Every time I come through these areas, I'm just reminded how, like, terribly convoluted all this is. Like, all the layers of puzzles we don't really need. Could have been a lot simpler than it is and still make sense. And, like, been challenging. But they made us go round in, like, weird loops. Oh dear. And we don't have a map yet. Goody. Oh. Oh god. I think they're dead. Okay, that kind of worked. Did we even really need to shoot these guys, though? Oh, there's another one. Or two. Let's try the... Should we try the handgun with this one, actually? Oh, okay, yeah. It's probably not a good idea. It's really weird how, like, the combat is designed, like... Sorry, I got distracted. Like, it's really weird how the combat is designed. Like in Resident Evil, there are some like second level enemies, you know, like hunters, you can't really defeat with the handgun because they're too aggressive. Oh, okay, so these aren't doors. Because they're too aggressive. But then there are others you can. I'm trying to think of... Yeah, I mean, I guess you could take out lickers with a handgun into. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say, like, there's some enemies in, like, the RE games. Oh, we'll read this first. God, this is so Englishy. Mac Montegio? Montegio? Tomorrow we send the violent second stage. We're out of gas. There's no way to escape, but if there's gas in the SWAT van, we can get out of here. Oh, okay. I read that initially as like BOW gas or something like that, you know, like poison gas for the monsters. But I think they literally mean petrol, which is a bit weird. Can they not like walk out of the facility? Oh, okay, so this is the different grades of enemies, isn't it? So is this the vampires? And then this is like the werewolves, the mantis things, and the lizards, and the purple things. I don't know which is which though. Maybe. And that hints that there's one more kind we haven't seen. But yeah, I was just saying, like, I swear in Resident Evil, like, you can still use the handgun against some higher level enemies. Because you sort of have the zombies, don't you? The basic level monsters. And then you have the monsters that are a bit more difficult that you usually have to use a bigger gun for. Like the shotgun, or the magnum, or the grenade launcher. I think. But there are some you can use the handgun on. But then I'm sort of blanking on which ones you can really successfully do that with. Because, like, you can maybe do it with lickers a bit, I think, but then they're also quite powerful. You can't really do it with hunters. You can do it with hunters in 3, because Jill does the automatic dodging, so you can sometimes like get past the massive amounts of damage they do. But then in this, like, the handgun only really seems useful against the vampires. Oh. Ooh. Also, just want to double check, did that say researcher? R-E-A-S-E-R. It did, okay, lovely spelling mistake. An extra A for no reason. But it was R-E-A-S-E-A. God, the English in this is terrible. Alicia S. Tiller. Who's that? Yeah, I was going to say, like, that's something that's different between this and the Resident Evil games. Like, you can still use a handgun, but I guess for the most part it's not really true, is it? But then it's also a lot more clear cut. Like the gameplay and the gunplay is a lot more clear cut than it seems in this. I'm not really sure why that is though. I guess maybe it's like a balancing thing. Like the RE games seem better balanced than this is. Nice. We do need a map. Though to be fair, this place isn't that big. We'll have to come back here in a bit. Essentially, we're headed to the parking garage, which is where the final boss of this disc is. And we're going to need to like swap out some equipment before we go through. So yeah, this is one of the scenes where he looks ridiculously small. Like the door handles should be like at the same height as his hands, basically. Or just above his hands now. But like they're up near his shoulders. Just under his shoulders. So unless he's like a dwarf, the scale is way off.
Misato!
Oh god, not her.
Just what happened anyway?
I followed you and came here.
You followed me?
But you weren't here. And then I saw this coffin and somehow I became sleepy.
You don't look so well.
My illness flared up.
Good lord, this dialogue.
Illness?
Well, every time there's a full moon, I lose consciousness for a while. I don't know the reason why.
Isn't there a cure?
Well, I received some treatment in a hospital in Japan, but it didn't do me any good. This is all that's left of me.
So that's a reference to the other game
Misato, do you know
I mentioned previously.
Gels?
Gels? No, I don't.
Oh. Well, anyway, let's just get out of here.
Ouch! Oh, I'm bleeding.
What happened?
Oh, it's okay. Nothing serious.
So yeah, essentially, this is a rip-off of Resident Evil, Paul 1. Oh, goodies. The developer also did, I mentioned it before, they did a rip-off of D, I think, which was a PS1 game originally. Like an FMV explorer game, adventure game, I guess, horror adventure game, where you played a girl trapped in like Dracula's castle, and anyway, the rip-off was set in like a Japanese hospital, and it had I'm gonna use the shotgun again. What the hell? I was holding the aim button and he just stopped aiming randomly. Yeah, so the rip-off of D was basically set in a hospital, and Masato appeared in that. Masato is basically a character based off like some Japanese actress's likeness, I think, or like one of those minor female celebrities they have in Japan. You know, where they're like famous just because they're cute. So I think these things are basically zombies. I don't know where they come from though. Kind of a bit weird that they just popped up. Where are we going? Ah, okay, through here.